All right, you guys, I'm going to give you a disclaimer right now. This is Raw Detroit, and I'm going to give it to you raw, and I'm going to give it to you, and I'm going to tell the truth. And if you don't like hearing the truth, then you probably are not going to listen to my content. You're probably not going to want to listen to anything that I got to say. But I'm going to tell the truth about this franchise because I've been a fan of the Detroit Lions for a very, very long time. A very long time. I know some people that I was very, very close to in this franchise. And I'm not going to bring their names up in this franchise. I'm going to leave it at that. But what I want to say to all the fans and the subscribers, because I know a lot of people are going to be listening to this video, I'm not here to bash anybody. I'm not here to belittle anybody. We all have our own opinions. We all have our own minds. But the truth is the truth. And one thing about the truth is that you can't suppress it. And I'm not going to suppress the truth, man. I'm going to tell the truth about the Lions. To me, Brad Holmes left some talent on the table. I got to call it out. Now, are all GMs going to hit on every draft pick? No, they're not. They're not going to hit on every single guy that they draft. But at the same time, the Lions knew before the season even started that they needed a backup quarterback. Now, I know a lot of people are saying, well, what's the big fuss about a backup quarterback? Why are you guys clamoring to have this conversation about a backup quarterback, a guy that's not going to be playing anyway? Well, you know, tell that to the 49ers who got Jimmy G as their backup, who was the starter last year. Tell it to them. Tell it to the Miami Dolphins who have Teddy Bridgewater and a young quarterback in Skylar Thompson who was lights out in the preseason. Tell that to the Indianapolis Colts who have Nick Foles, who has a Super Bowl ring on his resume. Tell it to him. Tell it to them. See, the biggest thing about the Detroit Lions is people don't want to hear the truth about this team. And I'm going to tell the truth, and I'm not going to give you any sugar-coated messages. I'm not going to give you that. I'm not going to give you cotton candy messages about the Lions. I'm not going to give you anything that's going to tickle your ears. When the Lions do good, I'm going to give this team the props. When you see something that's bad, you got to call it out. You got to call a spade a spade. It comes to a point where you've seen that sometimes you just think in your mind that this franchise just lives in being mediocre. And you can't live in being mediocre. You got to strive for greatness. This franchise has not won a playoff game since 1991. That was 31 years ago. 31 years ago, ladies and gents, is the last time that the Lions won a playoff game. And right before that, I think 1957 is when they last won a playoff game. When you think about this franchise and the decisions that we make at times, sometimes it leaves you scratching your head. You're wondering why we don't draft a linebacker when we've been talking about this for the past 3 years. When you look at other teams and you see what other teams have done, and you see how they have all pro and Pro Bowl caliber linebackers, you haven't had a Pro Bowl caliber linebacker since Chris Spillman. And that was 31 years ago, Detroit Lions fans, to be exact. And if you don't believe me, go look it up. 1991 was the last all-pro linebacker. Brad Holmes should have been drafting a linebacker in this draft. Yes, we did get Malcolm Rodriguez and we did pick up James Houston. So yeah, he did draft a linebacker. But when you're a GM, you have to have it that you're looking for the next Darius Leonard. You're looking for the next Luke Kuechly. You're looking for the next Bobby Wagner. You're looking for the next Ray Lewis, Lawrence Taylor, Mike Singletary, Chris Spielman. That's what you're looking for in Detroit. We ain't just looking for anything. I'm just not looking for anybody to be the linebacker in Detroit. We're looking for somebody that's going to be great. When you think about the history at the running back position, you haven't had a running back that is talented and consistent as Barry Sanders since Barry Sanders. The only person outside of that, I believe, was James Stewart that was consistent and had, Pro Bowl type of resume on him. That's been years ago. You really haven't had that, Detroit. And I just got to say that I love everything that Brad Holmes has been doing. I love that him and Dan Campbell is trying to change the culture of the Detroit Lions. But sometimes you just got to call things out, and you got to call it like you see it. We should not be getting mad because other people are expressing their opinions about the Detroit Lions and telling the truth. We get mad at people when they tell the truth about the Lions. We dog them out in the comments section, and we just simply dog people out. Are we all going to have the same opinion? No, we're not, because we're different. We're not all going to have the same opinion about the Lions. But what I do know is that as a fan, I don't want to see this team keep losing every season. This team lose every single year. That doesn't feel good being a fan. Everybody else's team is winning or finding a way to win when our franchise finds a way to lose the game in the fourth quarter. The truth of the matter is Detroit has to get better. I know the comment that Dan Campbell said. He said that, you can win without having an elite quarterback. And that's true, only if you have an elite defense. And let me ask you as a fan, do you think that the Detroit Lions have an elite defense? Come on now. Let's be real. Let's keep it a hundo. Let's keep it 100. Do you think that the Detroit Lions have an elite defense? You're still not even at full strength on defense. We continue to have second-round picks that don't pan out. Levi, and now we don't know what the verdict is on Josh Pascal. Two guys that should be out there that we don't have, that we have to go. We're going against the Eagles, guys. The first game of the season, we got to play the Eagles. The Eagles had the #1 rushing attack last season. If you don't believe me, look it up. Jalen Hurts had the most yards on the ground. Lamar Jackson was hurt last year. Jalen Hurts had the most yards on the ground for all quarterbacks. Last season, they didn't even play the Detroit Lions with Miles Sanders. He didn't even play. And they still was able to whoop us up. What was the score like? 44-6? And we got to go against that big behemoth line. Fletcher Cox, Jordan Davis, Sweat, Hassan Riddick, linebacker Nakobe Dean, Darius Slay. And then they got the guy from the Saints, the safety, Chauncey Gardner. The truth of the matter is that going into the season, we can't be cocky because going against the Eagles, the only how I see the Lions winning that game is going to have to be a shootout. That's the only way I can see the Lions winning this football game against the Eagles. And I'm just telling you guys the truth. That's what I see. Now, I could be totally wrong. And if I'm wrong, I'll stand up to it. But at the same time, this franchise has to start winning games to truly change the culture. We can have all the pep speeches. We can have all the rah-rah speeches. We can do all of that all we want, because pretty much talk is cheap. And we can talk a good game, but not go out there on Sundays and play a good game. We can talk a good game all we want, but we got to go out there and win. Brad Holmes left some talent on the table. I just got to keep it 100 with you guys as fans. It wouldn't be Raw Detroit if I didn't keep it raw with you guys. He left some talent on the table. Everything else, we still got to see what the verdict is on J-Mo. We know that he a dog. We know that Hutch is a dog. The Hutch is already out there performing. But it can't be Hutchinson doing it by itself. It can't be Harris doing it by himself. Where's the push up the middle? It can't be Aleem McNeil doing it by himself. Where's Josh Pascal? Where's Levi? And we might be starting a 6th-round linebacker. Now, I'm not saying that this dude can't go out there and ball out. He could possibly be the next Chris Spielman out there. I don't know. Because all of the preseason stuff means nothing until you start playing football on Sunday and we really see what type of player you really are. How good are you in stopping the run? Detroit Lions knew that they had an issue in the offseason with having a backup quarterback, and that's all I'm saying. We knew that Tim Boyle and David Blah was not it. They come in with a combined record of 0-8. When David Blah got his opportunity to start, he went 0-3. When Tim Boyle got his opportunity to start, he went 0-5. And we bring that back the next season. And I know Brad Holmes made mention of, the grass being greener on the other side and, blah, 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 but at the same time, I understand some of the guys, they worked hard to come back. And I understand that they're buying into the culture. And I understand that we were being cheap and we just wanted to keep guys that knew the playbook and guys that knew what we wanted to do. We wanted to keep them on this team. So that's why we didn't go out and get any other quarterback. Now, we could have took a quarterback via free agency, or we could have took a quarterback. We could have drafted one. We could have took a guy in the later round. Who really cares, though, right? Who really cares? Because this team was built for Jared Goff, right? But if Jared Goff goes down, you want to have somebody, I don't look at a backup as just like, oh, well. I don't look at it like that. I look at it as you still want to keep this team afloat. If a backup comes in, I still want to win football games. I don't want to lose. You should not want to lose. You should not hold on to that type of mentality. Oh, well, whatever quarterback comes in, he's cool. No, I'm not going to hold on to that. If I got somebody that's solid, whether it be a Nick Foles or Teddy Bridgewater or whoever, I want them to hold the fort down until the starting quarterback is able to come back. That's what I truly want. Hold the fort down till this guy comes back. That's what you want out of your backup quarterback. I know a lot of people are blowing it up and making it something that it's really not. All we're talking about is just having a solid backup. We're not saying that you gotta do this and you gotta do that. We just know that we didn't need Tim Boyle or David Blah. We didn't need those guys because though we can't win with those guys. And if Jared Goff was to go down and those two guys were the quarterbacks, guess what? We're not going to win any football games with them. Look how they looked against Pittsburgh with the starters. They didn't look good. David Blah didn't look good, or Tim Boyle didn't look good. David Blah played a little bit better than Tim Boyle did, but they just did not look good, guys. So the truth of the matter is that we got to see it for what it is that it doesn't take 3 to 5 years for a franchise to turn things around. It can turn around in year 2. It's all about having the missing pieces to the puzzle, I should say. That's what it's all about. You get the missing pieces in here. You get the players that can perform. You get the guys on the sidelines talking to one another, communicating with one another. That's one thing I don't see with the Lions players a lot. They don't communicate a lot. You see a lot of other teams and they mic them up and you see these guys talking. Now, every now and then you may see a guy, talking every now and then, but for the majority of the part, you don't see guys on the sidelines getting into somebody's face and saying, "Hey, man, we got to go out here and ball. We need to try to win this football game today. Let's go out here and get the W." You don't see that for majority of it. Every now and then you may see it, but you don't see it all the time. So what I'm saying is, guys, the truth must be told about this football team, no matter what. No matter what, we got to tell the truth about the Lions. And I'm one of those guys that's going to hold myself accountable. If I got it wrong, guess what? I'm going to admit that I got it wrong, and I'm going to try to make my wrong a right, and I'm going to correct it. The same thing with Brad Holmes. He missed an opportunity to get a free agent in here or draft a quarterback. And now, right before the season opener, we're scrambling for a quarterback. Now, thank God we finally found one. But at the same time, he has to learn the playbook. So I know a lot of people, I had one of the people tell me in the comment section that pretty much, we didn't waste any time at the Senior Bowl. And I beg to differ. We did waste time there because we had all those quarterbacks right there with us, and we didn't take any of these guys. We could have took one of these guys, and if we didn't like how that guy performed, or we didn't like if he got his opportunity, what he brought to the table, then we can still double back in 2023 and get another quarterback. All I'm saying, guys, is that heading into game 1 against the Philadelphia Eagles is that we must put things in proper perspective. Guess what? We got to be able to stop the run. We have not been able to stop the run in Detroit, and that's for real. Mobile quarterbacks have their way with us. We got to get ready to try to slow down and contain Jalen Hurts. They also got A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith and the tight end Dallas as well. And we got to try to stop the run game of the Philadelphia Eagles. This is not going to be an easy game coming into game 1. So I'm hoping next year will actually be the season where we find the missing pieces on defense, that we'll have everything, because it seems like every year all we continue to do is draft the trenches. Where are the skill possession players at? Where are the linebackers at? Where are the corners and the safeties and the guys that can make plays out there? Now, I know we took Kirby Joseph this season, and I know we took Chase Lucas as well. But I'm just saying we got to continue to build. And building also means being able to deal with finding some linebackers. Now, Detroit right now can claim some linebackers off the waivers. But right now, so far, I haven't heard anything about them claiming any linebacker off the waivers, and they know that they need linebacker. This is one of the biggest needs on this team, is finding a stud linebacker. It's an indictment to this franchise that you haven't had an all-pro linebacker since 1991, and that's been over 31 years ago. Chris Spielman was your last best great linebacker besides DeAndre Levy playing well for us. And we really haven't had no linebacker since Levy either. And even though Levy wasn't even a Pro Bowler, even though he should have been a Pro Bowler, but he ended up getting snubbed. So I just want to tell you guys the truth of the matter is this, is that we definitely have to get better defensively. If we don't get better defensively, if we can't stop anybody, guys, it's not going to mean anything. We'll be in shootouts with everybody. We'll have one of the top offenses in the league, but our defense can't stop anybody. And like I said, Aiden Hutchinson can't do it all. Charles Harris can't do it all. Austin Bryant can't do it all. Those guys can't do it all. And neither do I want them to do it all. It's going to take a fully loaded Detroit Lions defense. And when you get that fully loaded defense, it's going to allow this team to start winning some football games because they'll be better. Got to get better defensively, guys. We got to go get those linebackers. All right, you guys, I'll be back to you soon with another video. This is Raw Detroit, and I'm signing out right now. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Peace.